if you are homophobic and anti-racist, are you a hypocrite? Right. So Lee Daniels has in previous interviews, or at least a previous interview that I listened to, been quoted as saying that racism is like fiction, that it's made up. And so for him to claim that he sees homophobia in the black community, but then at the same time or in the same breath, racism is like made up, or that I can't remember his exact wording, so I might be butchering it, but that was the gist of it. I'm wondering if, well, one, can you be anti-racism and homophobic at the same time? But then can you also be anti-homophobia and kind of just not think that racism exists? Like, how is it that you're able to see and identify with one ism just because of my own identity as a black woman, and recognizing that all the oppression and marginalization that comes with, right? So when I see other groups, or I know of other groups being oppressed or marginalized or discriminated against or whatever, I empathize with that. And I feel like that's a movement that I need to get behind.
Something we wanted to highlight in this episode is that it's not just about not being able to bake a cake for someone. It's not just about you not agreeing with their lifestyle. Sometimes these lead to actions that have real life consequences for the bodies and the lives and the well-being of this community. And so it's just important for us to remember that certain communities are vulnerable, and particularly sexual minorities of color are extremely vulnerable.